around wrist grip, which I consider a great grip for controlling an opponent. Okay? What I do is I sweep the arm in, get the reach around wrist grip. I put a bar in. I sink my arm deep so there's an opening. I get the bar in. Remind myself when you get reach around wrist grip, you can get a bar. I pull that out. I circle. I get instep. And I pick up on it. Remind myself I can come around here, pick up and drive, and break it down. Then I get fish hook. I don't let go of my right hand. Still holding it with my right hand in the drill. I just want to remind myself that I could get a fish hook if I wanted it. Then I come back to this other side. I put my knee against his lower leg. I do a side trip. And come up in there and do a back hook. Put my body in. When he rotates, I finally let go of the wrist. Finally let go of it. And just as I go to pick up this knee, I let go of his arm so I don't injure his lower back. When I step in for my Turk, I tilt my lower leg that way so my heel is high up on his hamstring rather than tilt my leg that way and have my heel down around his calf. I've got to be high up on his hamstring to be effective with a Turk grip, big and forward. Okay? So it starts with a sweep of the arm, reach around wrist grip. Then I sink my arm deep so I get a tight bar. Just as a reminder. Circle, weight on him as I circle, instep. Not ankle, instep. Not toe, illegal. Instep. I pick up on it, remind myself I can pick up and drive. Reach in and get the wrist. Remind myself fish hook is possible. Circle back. Knee in against his lower leg. Pull to the side. Give him a yank here on this arm. Go back hook. Body it. Keep your body on it so he can't rotate. When he rotates, as you allow him to, release on the wrist. As you pick up the knee, release on the arm, and you do a turn. You got it? Let's do it. That's your drill today. All right, this drill starts with my hands behind his arms. To remind myself that that's where they go when he does sit. Now he is going to sit. As soon as we begin, he sits. Okay? Now he's going to do a different turn. He's going to slide his hips out, and he's going to turn on his shoulder. And if I'm doing reverse drag, I release with my left hand, step up on my left foot, and do a little pull on that arm. As I pull, I spin on him. I put my hands behind his arms, take the pressure off him, get my weight off him, and let him sit again. Okay, as he dips one. As he dips and he turns, this time I'm going to step up right foot. My right hand's coming out. Okay, and going for his butt. Before my left hand came out, my left foot stepped up. Now my right hand came out, and my right foot stepped up. I come behind his butt, and as he turns, I come in behind him, weight on. Okay? I let him sit. My hands are behind the arms all the time, reminding myself that's where they should be when he sits. 80 to 90% of the time, he has to be going behind his arms. When he dips and he turns this way, I step up, right foot, right hand came out. I'm doing reverse drag the other side. I'm going to pull around and down. All I'm doing is this type action. So he can't raise his arm up to stop my goatee line. Okay, as soon as I pull that arm fast, I make sure I clear it by putting weight on him and spin it, trying to get to the far cheek. Weight up on him. Then I let him sit again. Okay, I let him dip. He starts to turn. This time it's left foot up, left hand out. Okay? Hand reaching for his butt. And I'm going to put weight on and kind of pull myself around behind. Now, one of them is an early follow, and the other one is a late maneuver. If you're doing the early follow, okay, then you've got to move just before he turns. As he gets out of the sit out and he dips, just before he turns, you've got to be starting to go. If you're going to do the late follow, then what you do is you just stay poised. He dips, he turns, you just relax. He's all the way to his knees. He's almost got you. He thinks he's got 1 point. If he gets that arm up and stops my go behind, he's got 1 point. But I'm not worried. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to do that. Pull his arm around and down, and then I put weight on him so he can't raise his arm back up. And I get in behind him. Okay? So the early one is a follow. The late one is the reverse drag. Try it, and we'll dummy and take them. Let's go. Okay? He's coming to his knees. You can either go around and lift the knee and do turn, or if you sense you're going to get caught out in front, just do reverse drag. Just step up, do that, go behind his arms. Okay? Reverse drag and stay. A little loud in the audio the other day here in practice. Oh, it's a beautiful reverse drag. Somebody's looking out. Guy was out in front, did a dip and turn. Nice little reverse drag. I'm trying to be behind. Okay, can be done. And about, well, on your knees. His real starts with me behind his arms. To remind myself that anytime a man sits, I want my hands behind his arms. All right, he now sits. He does dip, and he does turn. And if he turns, he's turning on his shoulder, and if I'm doing reverse drag, my left hand comes out, my left foot steps up. As he comes up to face me, I wait till the last minute, boom. I just do that, and spin up. Okay? Then take the pressure off, let him sit again. Now, if I'm going to do a follow move, a true follow, as he dips and he turns, I have to step up early. Right hand out, right foot up. Okay? I'm reaching for his butt. Not with my hands, with my fist. Okay? All right? And I just got to pull myself up onto him and spin. Get behind him. He sits out again. We'll let him turn the other way. He dips, he turns, he's turning in. I step up last second, just when he thinks he's going to raise his arm up, stop me. He thinks he's going to put it. I do that. I just sweep downward and then spin on the man. Okay? Spin around behind him to the far cheek. Let him sit out again. He's dipping out to turn. Yep, he's turning this way. I'm going to do the early follow. True follow. I step up, left hand, left foot. Okay? I pull myself onto him and spin. Okay? So we want you to let the bottom man sit and dip and turn 4 times. And you can practice reverse drag, true follow, true follow. You should try to do one of each side. You should try to do one of each side. So you get the left and the right. Then when you finish up on your 4th one, when you come behind, go into a hover position. This is the part I left out earlier. You just drape your arms and let the guy roll. Whichever side he rolls you to, you let him do it and you get crab riding. Okay? You just get your feet in proper position for crab riding. Now crab ride is a true ride. It's a stall. Okay? He starts to, I've got him off to the side like this. He starts to come this way. I just lift with my left foot. He starts to come back into me. To put me throw my back, I lift him with this foot. Okay, just lift them back and forth, side to side. And then you're looking for wrist, bar, and hand. That's your biggie. That's your biggie. But in the drill, we just get into a hover position on the last follow. One knee on either side, one knee on each hip, and just drape your arms and let it roll. Just to let yourself know that you can crab ride against rolls. Crab ride will save you against the roll. Now you got to keep them in your lap. And you got to keep them up. I watched Clayton today in the lap. And I was trying to tell you, you want to, I'll show you counters to crab ride, but real quick, one simple one. Slide your hips down and then go after the head. Okay. As soon as you get that head, then come off his lap and go after him. So you got half Nelson crotch, or you got crazy. There you go. So you slide your hips down in his lap and go after the head. There are other things. He's got me in a crab ride. If you're being pulled back at the crab ride, you flip. Just flip through. The man that's flipping can flip much faster than the guy that's trying to flip with him. It's hard for him to stay attached. So if the guy's pulling you down, let's say from a half of a stand-up into a crab ride, just flip backwards and it'll be tough for him to stay with you and you get out of it. But if you're here, you want to think about sliding down and going after a head. And then just turn and go after half Nelson crotch. Another one. is, let's say the guy's pretty good with the thing. Okay, he knows a bit of what he's doing. I take this hand, put it on his leg. I press downward, vertically downward. Okay. Now I lift my leg up and free. See, if I try to lift my leg up now, he'll just follow me up. He just follows me up. He stays attached. So what I do is I put my hand on his shin, calf, shin, press down, lift, clear. Now that one will follow me. So to prevent that one from following me, I step on it. See, I don't let him follow me as I move. I get off to the side, and once you get to the side, you freeze him there. I don't sit up like that. He'll come to his knees, and he'll get in riding position on me. He's on his back there. I freeze him there until I'm ready to rotate into him. Okay? You lean back on him and freeze him to the mat, and then start to rotate into him. Okay? There'll be guys you'll wrestle who'll have you in a half a crab. The guy's alongside, and he's got a crab with one foot. See, but he's got, okay, you got to learn how to get out of half a crab. You use your free foot, push, and then swivel your hips. Okay, and if you can freeze them there, and then hip waist through, you get hit. Okay? All right, I want you to follow sit-outs. On the fourth follow, come to a hover position that puts one knee on each hip. Dangle your arms under, let them roll you, get into crab ride. If you want to do some of the things against crab ride I just described, go ahead and do it. As soon as the freshmen are finished that aren't wrestling varsity, you head. Right away, get home and do some stuff. I keep off balance still. He's still trying. I'm still fighting him. Still keeping him off balance. He's still coming. Once he gets up and up, I feel I can take him backward. I go in behind that other leg, back of my hand facing upward, and take him to Navy. And once I get here, it would be Navy lift time. But in the drill, I go after the wrist bar. Because the next move, if you can't do Navy, is get a wrist. If you can't do Navy lift, your next move is get a hold of a wrist. So you're into your next ride. See, if I don't have Navy, or he breaks out in Navy and I don't have a wrist, he may stand and get away. He may do something and get away. But if I've got a wrist, even if I lose the Navy, I still have control of man. Now, we're going to have him turn toward his stomach. And as he turns toward his stomach, I do a little high leg over, pull wrists out and up. I don't turn to my back, I turn to my hip. Keep my hip up off the mat, shoot this hand underneath, and then switch hips and go in for two upper arms. The drill ends with the two upper arms. One more time. He's on his stomach, and I've got an inverted crab ride. I'm pressing out on his feet, and I'm inside his arms, looking for one-on-ones. Okay? From here, you be bar Nelson, using bar Nelson, or cross facing to get a cradle. I'm staying behind the arms. I fight him coming up for an instant. Okay, I don't let him up. And then when finally I decide to let him up, so I don't get hit with a stalling fall, okay, I have leg hook ride. He starts to come up, I push on the arm, circle the foot, keep his weight off the foot, push on the arm, fight him, fight him, fight him. He's coming a little more, giving a little more room. I take him backwards. Stretch your leg, break the leg hook, get into Navy lift position. Don't lift up. Go in and get a wrist. Let him turn to his stomach. Do high leg over with the front, hand inside his arm, and go after a pin. Two upper arms. Foot nearest the head up, just so he can't bridge and unload. Let's go. You'll catch the foot. So that's how the drill starts. It starts inside ankle. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is move from inside ankle up to tight waist. Okay? I'm going to go after the tight waist there. Good. All right. To get tight waist, I put knee in against his leg. Coming down under that knee to get the instep. Okay? From here, on the waist and ankle, okay, and I was actually bumping this guy, breaking him down. But I'm going to come up in here and chop the guy. I'm going to come up in and chop the guy and get him to his side and get tight waist. Now, tight waist involves wrapping very low on the waist, not up around his ribs. If you wrap up around his chest or ribs, you can't have a good tight waist. if you wrap low on the waist and have a good fingertip grip, it's hard for the guy to turn to his stomach and get back to his knees. Okay? He just isn't going to be able to do it. And I got a problem with this. Okay. Now, I'm going to let him rotate toward base and bring me around to get his ankle again. And as they go in combination, point is they go in combination with one another. Now I'm going to let the guy go for an inside switch. As he goes for an inside switch, which is an old move against an ankle ride, I just scroll one leg, not both legs. I scroll one. I reach in for forearm to sense, geez, I could get that, and I could circle to my right now, put him on his back. All I'd have to do is get my left knee beyond his knees and drive in, I'll put him on his back. But in the drill, I hold the ankle and I come on around here and I chop again. Okay? I get into a tight waist chop again. In the drill, I take elbow on the back, which is what Sean Noor used the other day in one of his matches. This is not back hook. Back hook, I reach in with this hand. Elbow on the back, what we call this, is I reach from waist to underhook. I push his head down out of my way. I come on around his head, and though in the competition I would probably get fingers and go for two upper arms, okay? In the drill, I let the guy rotate toward his knees, and I pick up on his knee and put him in a turk, okay? And then go for terrible turk. I get his head, I get his knee, and I start walking my own fingers toward one another, okay? So it hurts now. So it hurts now. All right, one more time. And I don't like my changeover from the ankle. Okay. The drill starts, I'm coming back for an ankle run. Okay, now my hand will be going under that knee if he's standing, or right alongside if he's not standing. I've got waist and ankle. Okay. Now I'm going to go back up and get tight waist. To get tight waist, I'm going to put my knee in against his lower leg and pull him to the side. And then go after the tight waist. Just chop him, get him in a good tight waist. Okay, it's tough for a guy to turn back to his stomach and back to his knees if you got good tight waist on. You'll know it's good because you won't be able to turn well. All right, then you'll let him rotate. You ease up just enough, and his rotating pulls you around behind him a bit. Okay, so you get the ankle again. So waist ride and ankle ride complement one another. Now he's going to go for an inside switch, which is natural for him. I stretch. I then sense I could get forearm, put him on his back by circling that way. I could circle my legs that way. But in the drill, I come the opposite way, okay? Because it's a ride drill, I'm not looking for a pin. And I go after his arm again and chop. You go from one ride to the next. And once I'm here, although you could back hook, in this drill we don't. We use elbow on the back. We go to an underhook and do this. Get his head down out of the way. We come on around, but although I could pick these up, put him on his back with two upper arms. In the drill, I use turk. Okay, put him on his back with the turk, and then go after terrible turk, which means you catch a head and a knee, and just walk your fingers toward one another, and kind of stretch out his ribs. There. Okay? And someday we'll show you terrible turk.
I'm going to say.
Good. Let's go. By putting his heel up into the groin area as much as possible. As you try to insert your heel real close to the guy's groin, so then your foot doesn't hit the mat, it goes in and it enables you to get the grate in. Okay? Now he's got to take a far underhook. Now he takes that, and I'm going to be allowed to do a full backstroke counter to his grapevine. I'm going to bring my hand across. Okay? All right? I'm going to get his wrist with this hand as I bring my outside knee in. Okay? Bring my outside knee in. I get his wrist with the other hand now. So it's been in my left hand, now it's in my right. Put a pinch on, okay? I do a full backstroke, just like in swimming. Then I come up, and as I come up, I'm going to put a leg hook right in. And now we come up, and he's in my leg hook, and I'm going to loop the arm. Okay, now as he comes inside with a drag, he's going to do it in slow-mo so that I can practice my counter. My counter would be to do quick pan type action. You go under the armpit and get the back hook on this side. Remember how we're doing it here. But in the drill, we go back, we have to simulate. We go back and we let the guy complete his inside drag. He does his inside drag, gets the drag bypass, and as he boosts me forward to come up, when he comes up, he introduces a far grip. He puts his heel right over my back and aims for the groin on the other side. So that now, where he is on the other side with his grip. He's going to have the underhook. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'll bring my knee across first. That's what made it difficult before. I bring my knee across first, and as I bring that across, I sweep his hand toward my other hand. Okay, and as I do that, get the wrist, then get it with the other hand, and then I do a backstroke, straight up over his shoulder. Okay, with the knee pinch here on his leg so he can't change to a double grip. As I come out, as I work my way out, I come into a leg hook. I loop his arm, almost inviting an inside drag, which most guys won't know. I simulate how I would count it. I get my hand inside his arm, back hook. Inside his arm, back hook. I leave my hand back where it was so he can complete his inside drag. Okay? He comes out, he comes up with leg hook. And that completes the drill. So it starts out with him blocking my near arm. Okay, puts his hand behind my near arm and he inserts a near grip. Okay. He gets a far underhook. I bring my outside knee across and my outside hand across. I get his wrist and I get it with my other hand. Put a knee pinch on his leg. Do a backstroke, straight up over the top. Boost him forward, scissor out. Loop his near arm, he comes inside, I simulate. Then I come back and loop the near arm again, let him come through. Okay, as he comes through and he's coming out, he comes up and he shoots a far grip. He underhooks on that side, outside knee in, outside hand in. Get his wrist, get it with the other hand, knee pinch, up over the top, come out for the leg. Okay? And he's got to come inside, simulate, come back and let him drag. He'll shoot a far grip. And you can start the drill all over again if you need to, but he's just going to leg hook. Okay? Let's go. Great drill number one. And I'm going to have leg hook right. And I'm going to pull his foot out to the side like we did before. Now he can take pressure off his knee joint by straightening his leg. As he straightens it, I'm in position to insert a grate. So you can get to a grapevine off a leg hook. You circle his foot out to the side, and when he straightens his leg to take the pressure off his knee joint, you just slip your free leg underneath there and get the grate in. Now he's going to post toward his outside hip. He's going to fold toward his outside hip. And I'm going to post hand and knee. My right knee is posted. I'm not going to fall down on my hip. I don't want to lose balance. I'm going to try to keep my other knee across his body. Okay? And I'm going to try to keep my feet up in the air a little bit. For some reason, it's harder for a guy to scoot his hips out from underneath you if you raise your feet up. Put the soles of your feet together. It makes it tougher for the guy to scoot out from under. I don't know exactly why. Maybe you're pressing your weight into him or something, freezing his body to the mat. Okay, now I'm going to let him come back up to his knees, and as he comes back up, I get back into a cross-body ride position. Now he's going to fold toward his left hip, his inside hip. And as he tries to, I post. I put my foot back there, and I keep enough of a grip on him that he's not going to allow freedom in his upper body. Okay? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to relinquish my post. I'm going to take that post away, and I'm going to let him go high leg over. Okay? As he goes high leg over, I go with it. I go after a cross face, and I would try to rise. So you try to keep your hips higher than his. But in the drill, I just put the cross face in, and then if the guy's starting to come back up into me, he's giving me trouble, what I do is I reverse the cross face. I put my elbow on the other side of his head and bring him back the other way, and then go after his rear end and climb. Now once we get to this point in the drill, what we do is change the three-quarter stretcher, which is something worth doing, because it leads to bar Nelson, which leads to near falls. What I do is I take this leg, put the foot inside there, go behind his arms, and straighten my great leg out. I straighten that great leg out and straighten him out. And once you get him down, you got a lot of leverage on it. It hurts him just to have the weight on it, okay? And then you go after bar Nelson and put him over on his back. But just with all your pressure into him, stretching out, pressing out a little bit there, straightening your leg a little bit, being behind his arms, he's got a lot of pressure on him. When you go after the bar Nelson, he's going to have more pressure on him. Now remember, the bar Nelson's purpose is just to get the half in. Once you can get the half in, you don't need the bar Nelson anymore.
What's the difference between doing that and putting another grate on the other side?
That's called a stretcher scissors. If you bring it, it isn't another grate. What it is you're getting your other foot inside the front instead of keeping it out to the rear. That's a stretcher scissors. That's what I call a full stretcher, when you get grate on this side and then the other foot comes inside. You have to have the ability to turn your toes out. You got to lock your foot, the toes, the instep behind his leg. You can also have a stretcher where you don't have a grate, okay? Where you have both feet inside the front and you turn your toes outward. So you got to have pretty good flexibility. Anthony Rose or follow the plate, something like that to do that. Okay? So it starts with leg hook ride. I've got leg hook ride. I circle the foot too. And he takes pressure off his knee joint by straightening his leg. As he does that, what I do is slip this foot in. Okay? I slip that foot in and get up on it. When he folds to this outside hip, okay, when he folds, I post hand and knee. Okay, get my feet in the air and try to get my left knee across his body as much as I can. Feet in the air, okay? Kind of like this, or knee posted. Okay? Now, what I do is I let him come back up, and as he goes to the other hip, I post. I keep that foot way back so I won't lose my balance, and I stay tight to him. Okay, I try to stay tight to him. I don't hang loose and fall off. I attach myself to him. Then I relinquish the post and let him high leg over, and as he does, I go after his face, cross face time, so I can get my hips up on top again. If he's fighting me with this, he's coming into me, I reverse the cross face, use the back of my arm, bring him across me the other way, and then go after his butt and get back up. Okay, now once you're back up, you change to three-quarter stretcher. And three-quarter stretcher simply means I'm going to take this leg, the foot of it, put it inside here, and press out. I'm going to put my two hands behind his arms, okay, and I'm going to stretch my great leg and drive forward, okay? So what I'm going to do is come up toward his shoulders, go behind the two arms, and drive him forward as I press out. Okay? And once I get him down, you put the bar Nelson in on the side away from your grate. My left leg's got the grate in, so the bar Nelson comes here. If I put it in on the other side, if I'll slip the Nelson, you can't slip it on this side. Okay? Then you lift at the elbow, and then go after the head. All right, try it. Grapevine, ride drill, number 2. Out. If a guy sat out, what you could do is, from here, just release and come up over the top. And do this, and then do this. And then do that. And the guy, anytime.
Is it illegal?
Huh? It's illegal.
Oh. Do all reps know it's illegal?
That's all right now. As a matter of fact, it's been illegal for so long. So it's been illegal for about 25 years. It's been illegal for about 25 years. So there's no reps that want to know what it is. Now you got a double underhook, and what you do is you release, and you come up over the top, and just catch his arm, your own bicep, and then your own bicep on the other side. Your fingers are up over your bicep. And then the key is you got to get his wrist down alongside. Okay? You got to get his wrist down alongside his knees and back. And there's tremendous pressure.